For the ancient Stoics, care and silence were very important. They knew that we shouldn't tell everyone everything we think or feel. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to stop worrying about things which are beyond our control." With this wise advice in mind, let's look at the 7 things that Stoicism tells us to keep to ourselves if we want to be wise and strong inside. With this wise advice in mind, let's look at the 7 things that Stoicism tells us to keep to ourselves if we want to be wise and strong inside. 1. Don't say bad things about yourself. Stoicism is a theory that stresses inner strength and resilience. One of its main ideas is that people shouldn't say bad things about themselves. This means you should never talk badly about yourself, not even when you're alone with your ideas. As the wise Roman emperor and famous Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't be overheard complaining, not even to yourself." This Stoic rule is meant to protect your mental health and sense of self-worth. You're essentially lowering your self-esteem when you keep telling yourself things like, "I'm terrible at this," or "I'll never get better." These bad thoughts about yourself can make you less motivated and stop you from growing as a person. To follow this Stoic advice, you need to pay close attention to what you're saying to yourself. Instead of putting yourself down, try to remember what you can do and what you're capable of. You can boost your self-confidence and resolve by telling yourself, "I can do this, and if not right now, I will get there eventually." This growth-oriented and positive attitude is in line with the main ideas of Stoicism. 2. Don't brag about how much you've changed. A famous Stoic teacher named Epictetus gives good advice on how to improve yourself. Being humble and careful are good things to keep in mind as we try to become better people, which is a smart suggestion. This means we shouldn't shout out loud about our efforts and successes to everyone. What we should do instead is let our deeds show how much we've grown. Epictetus basically says that improving ourselves should be a personal journey that we go on for our own good and not to get praise or attention from other people. If we keep bragging about how far we've come, it could make our goals less sincere. It's the same as telling everyone about our goals before we actually reach them, which can make us less motivated and committed. Epictetus tells us to remember the old proverb, "Actions speak louder than words." This means that the real test of how much we've improved is not how much we say we've changed, but how much we actually change in our actions, character, and attitude. The way we treat others, the knowledge we share, and the good qualities we show are all signs of real change. The most important thing to remember is that working on yourself should be a quiet, steady process. We shouldn't make our plans public. Instead, we should work hard in the background, focused on our own growth. So, we let our achievements show through easily and inspire other people. Instead of the empty words we say, people are more likely to be moved and inspired by the changes they see in us. 3. Do not eat too much. A well-known Stoic philosopher named Musonius gives us good advice on how to be moderate in all parts of our lives, especially when it comes to what we eat and drink. His wise words show that indulging too much can have bad effects, such as mental and physical stress and a faster burnout. The Stoic theory stresses how important it is to be disciplined and in control of yourself in order to be successful in all areas of your life, not just your work. By this, we can see that balance is not just an advice, it's an important concept to follow. Think of a pendulum swinging. On one end is overindulgence, which means eating or drinking too much. This road may make us feel good for a short time, but in the long run, it hurts our minds and bodies. For example, overeating can cause bodily pain, health problems, and the mental pain of feeling guilty or sorry for what you did. In the same way, drinking too much can make you lose your sense of right and wrong and your ability to control yourself. On the other hand, there is total silence or control, which can be just as bad. This can make you feel deprived and frustrated, and ironically, it might even make you want to overindulge later on. Musonius's wise words tell us to find a middle road, or balance in the middle. The key is moderation. We should not eat so much that we feel uncomfortable. Instead, we should eat until we are full. We shouldn't drink too much. Instead, we should enjoy them in a way that makes our situations better, not worse. Musonius, a Stoic philosopher, shows us that balance isn't just a good thing to do when it comes to food and drink. It's a general rule that can be used in all parts of our lives. By being moderate, we develop discipline and self-control, which are not only good for us, but also necessary for success and living a peaceful life. Remember that modesty is an important part of life's big music. It helps our actions fit together better and makes the trip more satisfying and balanced. 4. Don't talk too much. Zeno was an ancient philosopher who is known as the father of Stoicism. He said something that still rings true in today's busy, chatty world. He told her, "You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so listen more than you speak." This seemingly simple advice has a lot of depth and makes us think about how we talk and connect with others. These days, when everyone seems to want our attention more than ever, it's more important than ever to follow Zeno's advice. A lot of the noise comes from people trying to be heard on social media, in meetings, and in everyday talks. When we want to say what we think, though, we forget how important it is to listen actively and carefully. To be a good listener, you need to do more than block out noise. You need to give someone your full attention and tune into their words, feelings, and body language. You give someone a valuable gift when you listen: respect. In this way, you show that you care about what the person has to say. Being a good listener makes you stand out in a noisy world and shows that you care about other people. When you listen, you make room for relationships that matter to happen. It makes people feel heard, understood, and respected, which makes relationships stronger and communication better. Being a good listener can improve relationships, make it easier to work together, and build trust, whether you're at work or at home. Additionally, listening gives you the chance to learn and improve. You can get new ideas, views, and information by actively responding to what other people say. Learning how to listen can help you grow as a person and help you make smart choices. Zeno said a long time ago, "You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so listen more than you speak." Being a good listener shows thoughtfulness, respect, and knowledge in a world where self-expression is often the most important thing. So the next time you're in a talk, remember how powerful it is to listen. You'll find a deep relationship with other people and a way to grow personally and professionally. 5. Don't think about the future too much. There is a deep lesson in the theory of Stoicism about how important it is not to worry too much about the future. Epictetus and other great Stoic thinkers tell us that there are some things in life we can't change. It's not healthy to worry about things we can't change, like what other people are thinking and doing, or what might happen in the future. A well-known Stoic philosopher named Epictetus said that the key to real happiness is to stop worrying about things that are out of our control. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond our will, he famously said. Here's what this Greek philosopher meant. 6. Accept the things you can't change. It's important to know that you can't control everything in your life. You can't change some things that happen, and worrying or being worried about them won't change that. For example, you can't change the way other people act, the events outside your power, or the unknown of the future. 7. Put your attention on the present. Stoicism tells us to focus on the present instead of thinking about the past or worrying about the future. Only in this very moment do you have the power to act and make decisions. You can change your future for the better by doing your best right now. 8. Decide how you react. The Stoics stress how important it is to be in charge of your feelings and deeds. You can't change the things that happen around you, but you can change how you react to them. Being able to control yourself in this way lets you be at peace and happy even when life is unsure. 9. Stress that isn't necessary should be avoided. Worrying about what might happen in the future all the time leads to stress and anxiety. Stoicism tells us to accept that life is unpredictable and to welcome it instead of fighting it. In this way, we can lighten our emotional loads and live in more peace. Stoicism tells us to stop worrying too much about the future and concentrate on the things we can change. In line with what Epicurus said, this way of thinking can lead to more happiness, strength, and peace of mind. 10. Don't be ungrateful. The way we show thanks or lack of gratitude is an important part of how we connect with others. It is important to never say that you don't value anything, because life is a wonderful gift that we should enjoy with thanks. Epicurus, an ancient philosopher, said, "He is a wise person who does not grieve over the things he lacks, but instead finds joy in those he possesses." This timeless wisdom tells us to always be aware of and grateful for the good things in our lives. It's very simple. Not being grateful means not noticing or showing respect for the good things that happen to us. It can show up in many ways, such as ignoring other people's kindness or taking our everyday comforts for granted. Practicing thanks helps us see the good things in our lives and appreciate the work of those who make us happy. If we show thanks, we might become less close to the people around us. People can get confused, hurt, and have a hard time getting along with others. On the other hand, showing thanks builds good relationships and makes people feel like they are respected and loved. So, whenever you talk to other people, remember how important it is to be thankful. Make it a habit to say thank you for the good things that happen to you, the chances you get, and the gifts you receive. By doing this, you not only build good relationships, but you also make your own life better by appreciating the beauty and goodness around you. If you want to be happy, stop whining. A lot of us get into the habit of complaining without even realizing it. A lot of the time, we do it to let off steam or get pity from other people. In fact, though, whining doesn't help things get better. It just makes our lives and the lives of those around us worse. Quote from Marcus Aurelius, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Why complaining doesn't help? Complaining can turn into a loop of useless whining. Most of the time, complaining about something doesn't lead to an answer or a good change. Instead, it can make us feel like victims and powerless. The feeling that we can't change our situations is reinforced, which can make us more stressed and angry. Also, whining all the time can make our interactions worse. People around us may feel mentally drained, and over time, they may be less likely to offer their support or company. It is easy for negative energy to spread, and whining makes it worse. The power of positivity. On the other hand, deciding not to complain and focused on the good things in our lives can make a huge difference. How to do it? 1. Better mental health. When you stop whining, you stop thinking about problems and start thinking about how to solve them. This can help your general mental health by lowering your worry and making you more emotionally strong. 2. Favorable relationships. People are usually drawn to those who are happy. You can improve your social connections and make deeper connections with people if you choose not to complain. 3. Increase productivity. Complaining is often a way to avoid doing something. When you change your attitude to focus on finding answers and taking action, you get more done and get more done faster. 4. Being thankful. If you don't complain, you'll be more thankful for what you have. Finding the good things in your life and being grateful for them, no matter how small, can make you feel pleased and happy. How to cut down on complaints. 1. Be mindful. Pay attention to your feelings and thoughts. Being mindful can help you stop complaining when you start to and change your mind. 2. Try to find solutions. When you have a problem or challenge, stop thinking about it and start thinking about how to solve it. 3. Say thank you. Make it a habit to say thank you for the good things in your life. By doing this, you can change your focus to the good things in your life. Complaining is a trait that rarely helps and usually hurts others. You can make your life better and more rewarding by thinking more positively and finding solutions. Remember that, as Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the key to happiness is in the way we think and feel. Adopting Stoic ideas can help us become stronger, smarter, and more at peace with ourselves. The practice of chosen silence is an important part of this theory. It means carefully choosing when to speak and when to be quiet. This level of privacy in conversation can help us grow as people and strengthen our relationships with others. The Stoic way of thinking tells us that we don't have to say everything we think or feel. Some things are better kept close to the chest, and the same is true for some ideas and feelings. This gives us a chance to think more deeply about ourselves and improve ourselves. Being honest with ourselves about our thoughts and feelings can help us understand ourselves and the world around us better. What the Stoics knew was that silence can teach you a lot. People who practice mindfulness can pay more attention to their own thoughts, see things more clearly, and gain insights that would otherwise be lost in the noise of constant talk. Simply put, choosing silence can help us live a more purposeful and wise life, which will eventually lead to a better and more important existence.